Hi friends, it's Tracy from the Financial Freedom Diary, and I'm back to do my week 2 check-in. This week was pretty much not a lot of spending. I did have some surprises as far as my budget was concerned, but as far as how I managed my cash, I think I did pretty good. Let's see, make sure this is close enough so you guys can see. I didn't make a lot of purchases. The surprising one was from my personal funds. I had to spend like $17. I had to make some badges throughout the week while I was doing some merchandising, and I need to make some copies, which I forgot to do at home. And so I had to go to FedEx office and do all of that in one place. Another one was Skillshare. I forgot I had a subscription, or I didn't forget. For some reason I marked it down in June, and it was actually July is when the $99 comes out. But this is not a cash envelope thing. This is one of my subscription sinking funds, and that's where that money is going to come from. So I have to make sure I put the money back into my regular checking account to cover that. But for laundry, I spent $10.25. Household was $9.66 at Walmart, and then I spent almost $20, $19.21 at Walmart on groceries, and then another $39.42. I don't think that was at Walmart. That was at Aldi's, because I don't have a reason to do that twice, so I'm gonna change that. That was at Aldi's, and that wasn't at Walmart. There was only a few things I needed, so I just picked that up. I actually have a freezer full of meats and stuff, and so this week I'm not going to spend as much money on groceries because I didn't go to the bank also to get my cash for my cash envelope. So I'm going to fill this out with the amounts that I actually spent. I'm using a black pen. I should have a blue. Oh no, not for the log. Excuse me for sighing. This has been a very busy week. I think I merchandised every single day this week, and I am a little bit tired. So $39.42 plus $19.21. So I spent $58.63. On groceries. Household was only $9.66, and I think that was all of my I thought it was paper plates and stuff, but I'm not sure about that. My sons don't like doing dishes. We have a dishwasher, but nobody uses it, and since they don't want to do the dishes, I'll buy paper plates and we go from there, because sometimes I'm not the one here eating and making a mess, and if they're not going to do the dishes, they're not going to mess up my plates and stuff. I have plenty to do without them helping me out leaving a mess. So 67 minus 58.63 leaves me with about $8.37. Ooh, I do not. This coil is enough to drive me nuts. I'm so used to the Happy Planner without the coil. I haven't written in a coil notebook in a while. And see, I had $32 left in household. I spent $9.66, so I should have $22.34. I don't go back and reconcile my change. I just reconcile the dollar amounts. So on my groceries, I'm going to look for $8, and household, I'm going to look for $22, just in case you don't know how that works. Laundry, $10.25. I have quarters in a Ziploc bag, so I'm only going to subtract out 10, and that's going to be $35. I always keep my spare change in a Ziploc bag, so when I do laundry I take care of it that way. I actually didn't spend anything on restaurants this week, which is good. This is probably the first time I've gone like 2 weeks without eating out in a month. My normal routine is as soon as the month starts, I'm eating at somebody's restaurant. And I have $67 in personal. And here I'm just going to denote that this is week 2. And I'm going to get my wallet just to double check. And make sure what I say I have is what I actually have. Make sure I'm not double dipping and envelope cheating like I normally do. So I'm going to zoom back out so I'm not so close to the screen. So 8, 5, 6, 7, 8 is what I have left. And this particular week, I got to go to the bank on Monday and fill my cash envelopes. So I'm not going to really be spending over the weekend on food. I have plenty in my refrigerator. Restaurants, I had $50. I'm not sure where I was going with roastery. But it's restaurant. So I'm not going to spend a lot on food this week. I actually have quite a bit. I just need to cook. You know, that's really my problem. I have 35 left in my laundry. And that is a wild looking 3, but it's going to work for now. And I think in household, I need $22 in there. So let's see what I got in here, which is 22. Put that back. And then in personal, let's see, make sure I'm not hiding anything there. I'm supposed to have 67, so it's 20, 40, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's $3 missing here. And I got a feeling I didn't log the $17. That's what's wrong. I didn't log something. $17 was the copies that I made. But I also spent $3 to make and laminate my badges this week. That's what's missing. I thought that number seemed kind of weird, but because the number of times I just kept forgetting. And typically I laminate my badges and things at home. And I did that over a series of days. So I'm going to put 7/7 through 7/11 because it was throughout the week that I went, because I went to FedEx office probably 3 different times, and I think it was $3 on my badges because they were like $1 and some change, and I get a discount when I go there. So I think the normal price is $125, and I get a discount when I go in and do that. I didn't ask for my discount here when I made the copies, but I did submit my my receipt to get that paid back because it was a requirement that they be in color. So that's what's different. So I need to add that to my 17 here, and then that's 20. Thank God for whiteout. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get into the habit of writing this stuff down as the week goes along. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. This week was one of those where I didn't. and I have a project that's about to come to a close at work, which means a lot of stress, or we hope it's coming to a close. We thought next weekend I would be working all weekend to get everything moved and tested and in production, but it looks like they may push it back one more week, so we're trying to figure that out. But now that matches up to what I have in my cash envelope. I have $64 instead of that, and so all I'm going to do is move those numbers down to as my starting balance for the next week. And you know what, I'm gonna hold up on, no I'm not, this is kind of weird because I get paid on Monday and I'm gonna put my cash in my envelopes for groceries, so that's gonna change from $837 to $158, which I won't probably, I'll leave that one blank. I'll fill in everything else, and then as I make up my mind how I'm going to handle that, then I'll fill that part in. But I think that's what I would like this column to be like. You know, I don't need dates here. I really need a starting balance. If I add anything to it, what I'm taking out, and then the remaining balance. That's the kind of format that I need. I don't need it to look like, you know, like with a date here. This works almost transactional, but not really. So I'm gonna zoom you out so you can see what I'm talking about. But that is almost transactional, but not quite. It's almost like if you're checking the balance on funds. So the last thing I'm gonna do real quick is go to what my weekly goals are for week 2. So for week 2, I just wanted to spend $65 on groceries, and I wanted to come under. That was my maximum spending, and I actually did. Household, it was only $15. And let's see where I fell with household. Yeah, groceries was $58.63 and household was $9.66, so I met that goal. Restaurant, my maximum spending was $20 and I spent $0. Personal, my maximum was $20 and I actually met that maximum. All at FedEx office. But anywho, so that's a pretty 4 out of 4 week, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. And I've already written down what my next week goals are for week 3. Groceries, I plan on just getting bread and just the basics. I don't need that much. And that's only going to spend what was in there is $8. Household, $10. Restaurant, $20. And personal, I think I'm going to set that at $22. I hadn't thought about that. So that's going to be another $20. And man, that's ugly too, but I'm okay. I'm not going to let that take over. So that's going to be my week 3 goals. And this week, I'm going to cook. I'm going to make some more soups and create some dishes for my sons, and they can eat off of that because this is going to be a long work week for me. And you guys have a super fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what time you actually watch the video. Bye.